No return. 25-yard line for the Idaho offense. And what about this for young Jack Lane, making just his third career start? The former Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Oregon. There he is wearing number 2 right in the middle of a place he loves being in the middle of. Idaho, the 7th ranked team in the FCS level of football, to enter this season back-to-back playoff appearances, going up against what was one of the best defenses in the nation last year, and added some star power in the portal. He's going to give it to Cummings on 2nd down, and he's swarmed and brought down by that big Oregon front. Tatum Tuioti, the star sophomore, was there along with Kobe Savage, the newcomer. Lane throws it into space and nobody there. A disheveled first possession for Idaho. And Johnson gets pulled around and brought down. Good coverage there from Dwayne McDougal after a punt of 38 yards. Jordan James gets the first touch of the season and patiently makes it a 6-yard gain.
Jordan James up the middle.
Gabriel swings it out to him. Into space, a first down. And he's across the 40, nearly to the 45. Abraham Williams, the tackle, after a pickup of 11. So after the stoppage for the injury, first down for Dillon Gabriel. And he checks it down to Terrence Ferguson, the star tight end, who weaves his way for another first down. Oregon using the helmet communications, which every college football team at the FBS level is using this year. Idaho, which is allowed to use them today if they wanted, they're not. Deep shot, Evan Stewart, he overshoots the transfer from Texas A&M. Matthias Bertram was there with the pressure. Gabriel, another quick one. This time it's Kenyon Sadiq, the true sophomore who they can't say enough good things about. Gabriel to Noah Whittington. His first carry since he returned from injury. He was whistled down shy of the line to gain. He thought he was still up. He got hurt last year, week 4, serious knee injury, and 3 tight ends in the game for Oregon here on 2nd down. It's Whittington, and he gets immediately met and brought down by Keyshawn James Newby, one of the leading returners on what was a very good defensive line last year. That's Tez Johnson, who set an Oregon receiving record last year, going in motion. And Gabriel's looking for him. His first catch of the year, and he spins out for a first down. 86 catches last season. His first year as a Duck, the adopted younger brother of Bo Nix, and he made a massive splash. Can he take another step is the big question.
Well, I think that he can. I think that he is so mission-minded. He knows where he came from. It has not been easy, but boy, has he proven to be not just a dynamic player a year ago, but now a leader for this receiving corps now.
4 completions to 4 different receivers for Gabriel here on the drive. Back to James, and he's met in the hole by Tommy McCormick. Sadiq, who takes it on the toss from Gabriel, breaks 1 tackle and then gets spun down at the line of scrimmage. Tommy McCormick. Doctor? Too early. Tommy McCormick there again.
How about the Oregon Ducks? 3 tight end personnel groupings. They've used that a few times. Idaho's basically been staying in their base defense now in the tight red zone. This is a critical down. What Oregon likes to do here, they'll have some shifts, some motions. They want it to be a clean picture for Dillon Gabriel.
Idaho trying to get the defense off the field. 3rd down, and the Ducks can pick up a first down shy of the goal line. Gabriel, Johnson, touchdown Oregon. New quarterback, same result. On for the point after. got it. Abraham Williams, very dangerous, is back deep again. Did not get a chance to return it from Atticus Sappington to open the game, and he won't get a chance again. So has Idaho been able to catch its breath on offense after a 3-and-out to start the game? They go to Eli Cummings here, and he gets swallowed up by Jeffrey Bassa, the leader of the Oregon defense, the Fiesta Bowl MVP, the man that seems that they trust to answer for everybody.
Yeah.
It's Alex Moore, the tight end, that goes in motion. Lane under pressure, and he gets sacked. Jordan Birch with his first sack of the year. And it's Cummings, delayed, but only a couple of yards. Sharon Moore and Ryan Walters the other two. Harm's second punt of the game, and Tez Johnson will fair catch it. A flag is back down behind the line of scrimmage.
Illegal formation, kicking team, 5 players in the backfield. Oregon is elected to enforce the 5 yards of the previous spot. 4th down.
On his own 6-yard line. Another fair catch waved for, and that is going to bounce out of bounds inside the 45. Jordan James to take it, and he slips down shy of midfield. Jackson Eck, the son of the head coach, the star linebacker, Jason Eck, in his 4th season. There's your guy, Charlie Pickard. What a moment this must be for him. Gabriel goes down. James Newby with the sack. Pressure coming. Gabriel gets it out, and it's knocked away. Kyron Beecham was able to deflect it. Lane sets up the screen nicely to Nate Thomas, and Thomas breaks across the 35, and back-to-back Idaho first downs.
But this offensive line, nice job on the screen. Jack Foster, the right tackle, doing a nice job. How about Charlie Velam, the right guard inside? He's all over Jeffrey Bassa, the linebacker. They feel good about these guys up front. How about this guy? 3 former walk-ons starting on the offensive line for the Vandals,
including the center, Caden Robnett. So after 2 3-and-outs to start this game, back-to-back first downs for the Vandals. Lane with time until he doesn't have it. Ball came out, looked like he got it back. Sacked by Mateo Uyunglele off the blind side. Second and 15. Lane. And Mark Hamper doesn't make the catch, and even if he had nowhere to go. Kobe Savage, the transfer from Kansas State, all over that. Bassa getting the call in the headset, disseminating it to his teammates here before this 3rd and 15. 3-man rush. They check it down to Alex Moore, the tight end, and he gets out across the 40 to the 42-yard line, a pickup of 7, but they're still 6 yards short of the line to gain. L.J. Harm punting away to Tez Johnson. He's going to hand it to Noah Whittington, who slips 2 tacklers on first down.
Noah Whittington on the carry.
So much about coming back from an injury is trusting your body. Watch him make these cuts. There's 1. Watch put that right foot in the ground. Bam! 2. He's so eager to get back on this field and be one of the catalysts for this team.
It's been a 2-back system, it feels like forever. On second down, he gets swallowed up by Zach Krotzer, who's fired up. 3rd down and 5. Good protection this time. And there's Kyle Casper with his 4th career catch. Flag down. Gabriel over the middle to Terrence Ferguson, makes it look easy. For the first down, we'll check on the penalty.
Illegal formation, 5 players in the backfield. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Johnny Cornelius, the right tackle. First and 15, first play out of the pistol today, and they flip it to Tez Johnson for 4 yards back. It'll bring up the 2nd and 11. Dillon Gabriel cuts it loose, threads the needle, and it's complete. Trayshawn Holden. Gabriel, good pocket. And that's the running back, Jordan James, in traffic with the catch.
The discipline of that route is paramount. You can't, we see a flag, you can't cut that route short.
Illegal formation. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, first down.
First and 15. Here's James. Plenty of blockers. He's able to mosey his way for almost 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now he moves. Gabriel swings it. Gets the block from Ferguson. Tez Johnson going the wrong way, and he loses 4 yards, and now it's 3rd and long. Matthias Bertram had that blown up. Plenty of time on the play clock here for Gabriel, reorganizing on 3rd down and long. Just a 4-man pressure. And it's through the hands of James, the short-handed back who just made a spectacular catch that was wiped out by penalty. And now it's 4th down. His first field goal attempt as a Duck is no good. Boy, he had plenty of leg.
Sideline to sideline.
Jack Lane, who started 4 of 6, down the sideline, underthrows Dwyer, and that gets a flag. Boy, Kobe Savage was just stuck on the underthrow, and that created the pass interference. Dwyer was there.
Really good play design. Fake like they're going to throw the bubble.
Pass interference. Defense, number 19. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that creates the 1st and 10 near midfield. Eli Cummings breaks across midfield for the first time today, and he finally gets pushed out of bounds by Jabbar Mohammed after a gain of 23 yards. Crowd trying to get back into this possession as Blake Purchase comes onto the field defensively. Lane for Hampa, and he can't bring it down. He was squeezed by Nico Reed and Kobe Savage. Huge target. Mike Martinez just went in motion as he sets up the block for Eli Cummings, who gets stood up and then keeps driving to pick up 2 more yards. Lane throws, and he's picked off! Brandon Johnson! The transfer from Duke, making an immediate impact
on the field.
They run the same exact play that got a PI earlier, and that is battling for the ball and turning to see it. On the PI, Turner never looked. On the pick, we look at the transfer. His eyes completely turned. How about the ball skills?
First interception as a Duck after starting his career as a Blue Devil. Jordan James. That's the first rushing first down for the Ducks today. James churning. It was fun talking to Will Stein, the offensive coordinator. He was over 7 yards a carry last year to lead the Pac-12, and here he is just sliding his way for a first down. He's 6 yards a carry so far in this game. Gabriel stepping up and fires complete. Kenyon Sadiq, his 2nd catch of the day, breaks a tackle and gets down near the 30-yard line. That's a pick of a 26. And a quick pass to Tez Johnson. He's got blocking in front. Johnson gets upended inside the 15 by Tommy McCormick. They'll get him the ball every which way. He's got a pickup of 18.
Man, I love the blocking of this group as they hurry up to get to the line of scrimmage. Patrick Herbert again springing somebody on the perimeter.
Gabriel, all the time in the world to connect with Patrick Herbert. His first catch today, and he's down to the 6. Gabriel, back shoulder, still couldn't bring it in. Good coverage there from Andrew Marshall. Third down here after the timeout. They bring the fullback into the game for the first down to clear the path for Jordan James. Zach Grace, his first appearance, and he's the first one to greet James. And it's good. Abraham Williams still will not have a return yet in this game, and let's go down to red.
Not many miss now.
Jack Wagner, the mobile quarterback, has come into the game for Idaho, and he flips it on the end around. The right idea, right? But Williams has not been able to return a kick yet. That's his thing. So now here's Nate Thomas turning the corner and picking up the first down. 3 years with the Vandals. Here's Lane on the move. Lane's going to tuck it, and Lane's going to get out near midfield before he's pushed out of bounds. A pickup of 6 yards. Dillon Williams there to help him out. Idaho's had some offensive possessions that showed promise. The last one ended with an interception in the end zone as Lane just gets that ball away. Uriungalale was bearing down on him, and he knew that there was nothing for Nate Thomas to do with the ball. Bookending the quarterback, Lane. Lane under some heat, and he flicks it incomplete for Tony Harsty, just out of his reach of what would have been a spectacular conversion. And this one is kind of worming its way down to the 9. Johnson makes a man miss, but ends up going backwards. There's Terrence Ferguson, and he gets the Ducks out of the shadow of their end zone. Jackson Eck eventually with the tackle after a pickup of 14.
As Jontez Johnson kicking it off. The motion clears out a huge area. That is simple pitch and catch.
Noah Whittington gets the handoff here after Jordan James had the touchdown run on the last drive, and he gets ripped down. You take a look at tonight's advanced stat. That's it right there, sponsored by ifs.ai. The middle 8 as Tez Johnson gets out across the 35, and they're going to get the ball first to start the second half. Yogi, why are they so good at it?
Well, I think the biggest thing is
the efficiency,
because you can really make life challenging if you can get 2 scores within the final 4 and then the first 4 of the second half. It's just demoralizing to an opponent, and that's where Dan Lanning and his team has really been masterful since he's taken the job in the last 2 years under Bo Nix, of understanding time, score, situation. Right now they want to use every second, get a score, see if they get another one, and they kick it off in the 3rd.
Gabriel for Whittington. Whittington makes Bertram miss, but Jackson Eck is right there to clean it up. Just a pickup of 2. The sophomore linebacker making sure it went nowhere.
They are playing sound football.
7th year back at the FCS level for Idaho, and it's been a great success under Eck. Terrence Ferguson across midfield. A pickup of 17 yards. Gabriel is 17 of 21 passing right now.
This is really fun. As watch the play unfold, you'll see something at the very end will light up anybody who does West Coast offense. Look at that triangle. It's so good within the West Coast scheme. That's what you want to give your quarterback. Can you give him options with triangle so he can look 1 to 2
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Second down and 10 here for Oregon. Gabriel checks it down to the back. Noah Whittington. Whittington slips away, leaps over a man, and near a first down. Gabriel, right back to him. Whittington stays on the ground this time and gets another first down, 14 yards. Gabriel pressured, ball comes out, and there's a scrum for it. He got clipped from behind by Keyshawn James Newby, and Idaho has the football.
Oregon recovered by Idaho.
Just as Oregon was rolling. Dallas Ofalava had the recovery. 126 and one timeout. That's the first lost fumble for Oregon since week 9 of last year. And there's Mark Hamper right at midfield. Almost a 20-yard catch. He goes for 19, Yogi.
Okay, now remember, clock stops on the first down. So now you really have to control here. And for Idaho, they don't have headset communication, so it's all signals.
Lane. Over the head of his back, Eli Cummings, who slipped and fell. And now they can take a breath on 2nd and 10.
And that's probably a good thing, right? Stop the clock.
A couple series ago on 2nd down. Lane under pressure from Uyunglele and heaves it out of bounds.
That's a really nice job from Tosh Lupoy, the defensive coordinator.
Here's Cummings weaving his way, and that's a good gain. A pickup of 8. It'll set up 4th down and 2. Remember, Oregon gets the ball first to start the second half, and so this is 4-down territory for Idaho. Oregon gets it near midfield. Lane, deep shot, Posty, and he can't bring it in. Great coverage from Brandon Johnson. Thumbs down. Gabriel. There's James. He's got a first down. That'll stop the clock while they set it.
Okay, right now I'm going to work the slot. I'm going to find Terrence Ferguson. He's in the slot, finding him right here.
And now Gabriel spikes it, and that leaves 8 seconds. Remember, Sappington, the kicker, missed a 51-yarder earlier. Here's James trying to get to the sideline. He can't get there. They got to use a timeout. And the clock just hit 0, but I do believe they got the timeout before the clock expired. Idaho's defense looks like a marching band lined up in the red zone with only 3 pass rushers. Here's Kenyon Sadiq. And he gets pulled out to end the first half. Well, Oregon had some moments offensively. Dan Landing's group looked like maybe at the end of the half they'd have a chance to pull away. That is the end of the first half.
And it ended up being a sack-caused fumble, but overall, solid job by one of the top quarterbacks in America in his Oregon debut.
Remember, Idaho won the toss to start the game and took the ball. So they are kicking away to the Ducks. And Oregon will start on offense to start this second half.
Jeff Bassa, who wasn't on the field for the entire half, did look like he was going to come back out here in a second.
There's Jackson Eck, the son of Jason Eck, making that stop, and Keyshawn James Newby, who Rhett mentioned, he's the one that had that big forced fumble that prevented this game from maybe becoming 21-0.
Look, this team wanted to come out aggressive. They were not going to come out scared. Check at halftime for the Vandals.
Gabriel patiently in the pocket, drops it down over the middle, a pickup of 5 yards. That was a very hot first half, Yogi. Flags down, they blow this play dead. We're starting to get some shade here, but it was over 90 degrees today. The turf.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 76, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
This is the environment. Let's just go execute.
So a 3rd down here out of the locker room. Gabriel under pressure, and he goes down. Dallas Ofalava, one of the best freshmen in the nation last year at the FCS level, an All-American performer, and he finishes off Gabriel. Ross James to punt it away to Andrew Marshall. This is hanging and takes a good Oregon bounce. He's the heart and soul of the thing. Jack Lane's going to hand it off to Nate Thomas. And the first man to get a hand on him was Jordan Birch. Short game. Jack Lane to the sideline, getting it quickly to his playmaker, Jordan Dwyer. That'll bring up third down.
Jordan Dwyer.
Pressure coming, and that blows up the pass to the tight end, Alex Moore. Brandon Johnson already has a pick today and is having one heck of a game in his Oregon debut.
The alignment of the defense just makes it so hard. Look at all these guys where they're lined up. You don't know which gap any defender's going to go through. They try to run that little screen. Johnson all over it. Birch has had his best game, or at least his best half in a drive as a Duck, and you feel him on every snap, guy.
LJ Harmon punt formation.
LJ Harm will now punt for the 5th time. 4 first half punts to Tez Johnson in the first half. And Johnson still looking into the sun. And he takes that one backpedaling and then steps out after a fair catch. Right, Marcus Mariota, like Dillon, from Hawaii, his idol growing up. Here's Jordan James through a gaping hole and out across the 35 and near the 40, a pickup of 18 yards. Flag down here. While we check this penalty, we'll just mention Jordan James did jog off after being down for an injury timeout.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's Pancho Lala'ulu, who's getting the start at right guard today. Matthew Bedford, the transfer from Indiana, injured. So Lala'ulu moves over from center. 3 different offensive linemen have been penalized for Oregon now in this game. Kenyon Sadiq with his 5th touch of the day. He's hit 11 of his last 12 pass attempts. The only incompletion was the spike. That's the first catch of the day for Justice Lowe. In fact, that's Justice's first career catch. Some pressure coming. Gabriel gets it off to Evan Stewart, but he is thrown down shy of the line to gain. Physical play by Kyron Beecham. Dallas Alfalava was bringing the pressure, and the score stays 14-0.
Defensive line does a nice job. Again, they bring some pressure, and it forces Gabriel to hang on to the ball a little bit. I'm telling you, Andrew Marshall, he's bringing a little bit of heat right in that gap where he wants to throw the ball. He's got to hold it, allows the defender to get right on top of the wideout, forcing the 4th down.
So Ross James to punt. And it's a fake. Kenyon Sadiq on 4th and 13. Pardon me, 4th and 3, but he's short anyway.
We want to field is short of the line to gain. Turnover on down.
Fired up at the half. They believe they are very much in this game. Dallas Alfalava wanted a sack. He got one. Now let's see if they get a big play.
Jack Lane takes a shot but can't get it. They went for it, Rhett. They went for it. They've not been afraid, right? Eli Cummings. Derek Harmon right there to rip him down. And now it's 3rd down, where Oregon's been great on defense today. Lane, long throw. Dwyer pushed out of bounds by Nico Reed into the bench and incomplete. Back to Tez Johnson. You can see he wanted a flag. And then he'll fair catch it at the 14. Starts this possession on the move and throws it down at the feet of Noah Whittington. He got a van. Of all cars, he could get whatever he wanted, but he got a van because he wanted to really, in a short amount of time, make everybody know they're part of his family. You need a ride. Everybody needs a ride. Hop in my van. So we got to ride with him yesterday.
Yes, we did. We wanted to get in that van for quite some time, but as we've talked about a few times, #1 trait in this program is connection.
Here's Whittington, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Movement up front, flag down. Gabriel's going to throw it. They're going to blow this dead. The Idaho player jumped across because he thought Marcus Harper moved. So let's see who gets flagged here.
Offside. Defense, number 52. In the neutral zone with contact. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
And that is a new emphasis this year. We should add 2 on the lines. There's Ten Johnson with a clutch catch. The connection between those two has been strong today. 7 yards on that pickup. And for Johnson, he leads the team with 8 receptions this evening.
Biggest area of growth for veteran receivers is knowing where the sticks are. Nice job getting past those sticks.
And now tempo. Patrick Herbert, his second catch today, and a pickup of 4 yards.
Casper is in at the bottom of the screen.
Of course, the yellow number ticking there on your screen is the play clock. The helmet communication cuts off right now at 15 seconds. Wilstein can no longer talk to Dillon Gabriel. So they ran it right up to 15 and then snapped the football. And now here comes another third down. There goes Whittington. Gabriel, a bullet to Stewart. This is right at the line.
And that's what I'm talking about. You want to get yourself a yard past the sticks. Let's see where the spot is. I think it's going to be tight.
The fullback is Zach Grace. And here's James. Connerly fell down. And Idaho thinks they got the stop.
The rule on the field is the runner short of the line to gain.
Whoa.
First down, Idaho.
One of the offensive linemen fell and maybe blew that play up a little bit, and Tommy McCormick and the Vandal defense stand strong.
Well, they decide to pull the backside guard. He falls down.
He got tripped. Watch the feet here with the
fullback. He trips from his own guy. That's
Idaho has not lacked for opportunity, but they've lacked to take advantage of it. And now they're going to go trick play. They flip it back to Lane. He's got Cox wide open, and he scores a touchdown. Jake Cox with a trick play, and the Vandals look up at Autzen Stadium and say, "We're here." Here's Polk with the point after. All right, so Oregon, you wanted adversity, you wanted a test. Oregon has not scored since the first half. Gabriel pumping laser to Terrence Ferguson for a first down. It was a first down play, so out of the pistol, here's Noah Whittington. Looks like he's got fresh legs, and he bursts forward. Just to make the point, this is the 5th FBS game, and he said that's the same thing that's going to happen this week. Can we do the same thing that Georgia Tech did? With Trayshawn Holden with another first down, and maybe Oregon starting to move things here.
Can they back him off?
Gabriel finds Whittington again, and Whittington makes the first man miss.
Noah Whittington on the reset.
Here's Whittington. The longest play of the game was the Jake Cox touchdown for Idaho, for either team. Gabriel, quick throw. Tez Johnson went backwards, then broke a tackle and got the first down. Here's Whittington. Oh, he gets a block and then stumbles forward. He screams in despair. He was sniffing end zone in the pistol formation tonight. James straight ahead, breaks one, can't break two. Tommy McCormick got a hold of his ankle, a pickup of 7 yards. Back to James, running behind Sadiq, and he gets tied up. As we near the end of the third quarter. Shot here in Eugene as we start the fourth quarter. Dillon Gabriel on second down to Terrence Ferguson, and he gets down inside the 10. A test they didn't expect, perhaps, this crowd. Here's Noah Whittington. And he gets down to about the 5-yard line. We'll see if Tommy McCormick comes back. He was able to jog off for Idaho. Sir Barnes will come into the game. Pressure. Gabriel has it bad, and Tez Johnson caught it anyway on the deflection. Picks up a yard. Oregon's got work to do, though. Third down and goal. Dillon Gabriel. Pressure. Jumps away from it. Flag down. Gabriel reaches, and he is down shy of the line of the goal line. And we'll check on this flag.
This one might be coming back. Yeah, there's going to be a hold on the O-line.
Wow. This has not been a clean game for the Oregon offensive line.
Holding, offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty, third down.
Pressure coming. Terrence Ferguson trying to get away. And he can't. From Kyron Beacham, Dallas Afalava came over to help finish it. In the first half. That's clean and straight through.
Ducks had a busy offseason. He's been everywhere.
After the field goal from Sappington, a 17-7. Jack Lane, the Oregon native, setting up the throw to Hamper down the sideline, and he wins the jump ball over the head of Brandon Johnson. How did Hamper finish that catch? Lane, pressure, everybody swarming around, and it's batted away. They're playing it loose, no whistle. Jamari Caldwell is the one that batted it. As Johnson recovered
The field is a fumble, recovered by the defense.
Oh, did that come out? We have an empty hand forward. Let's see.
It looked like he threw it in the first snap. Like Caldwell's the one that batted it down. Let's see. Yeah, that to me looks like all day long it's a throw.
After review, it's an incomplete pass. Second down from the 43-yard line.
After a 29-yard completion 2 plays ago by Idaho to get into Ducks territory. Pressure again, sets up the screen perfectly to Nate Thomas, and Thomas is into space, but he finally goes down inside the 10. Explosive plays from this Vandal offense. Wagner is in the game now with Jack Lane, the other quarterback, at the bottom of the screen. Direct snap to the backup quarterback, Wagner, and he works his way down to the 1-yard line. So Jack Lane, the starter, he calls the play, and now he's going to go out to the top of the screen, and Wagner remains in the game. He takes it. Looking to run. Wagner cut down. Kobe Savage. And that's a loss of 2 yards. Direct snap to the running back. Lane fakes a flip, and he scores a touchdown. 2 touchdowns on trick plays for the Vandals. Whoa! Pope's got it. Fair catch from Noah Whittington, and let's go down to red. Dillon Gabriel connects with Evan Stewart, who's able to pick that off his back shoulder.
Evan Stewart on the reception.
Sometimes it looks so easy for this Oregon offense, and you look up, they've got 17 points.
Yeah, there have been some unforced errors, the offensive line, some penalties. The biggest thing now, if you are Oregon, you have to compete to stay in the present moment. With Dillon Gabriel earlier this summer, he had a chance to be a counselor at the Elite 11. He's spending time with Pete Carroll. They had a conversation about that. Can you compete on the stages that you're at as a QB to be connected to the only snap you play?
Here's Jordan James with a first down. A big chunk for him. Out to the 44-yard line.
To the 43.
We talked about Dillon Gabriel earlier this summer, spending time as one of the greats of all time. There's the photo of him, got to sit on that conversation.
Him and Pete Carroll. As that's a couple of yards. Zach Krotzer there with the stop. Gabriel to Jordan James again. And the pile gets pushed. James will not go down, and he earns himself a first down. 7 yards on the pickup, but Gabriel checks it down again. Jordan James. James racing to the sideline, and he's got another first down after a pickup of 11 yards. Touches for Jordan James today. He gets off the field. Noah Whittington is on. Dillon Gabriel. There's Terrence Ferguson. Ferguson, the linebacker, gets down near the tight end. Looks like a linebacker sometimes. He gets down. 7 catches for Terrence Ferguson today. Here's Whittington, who gets upended by Tommy McCormick. Good to see him back for the Idaho defense after he was shaken up earlier in this half.
11 tackles from McCormick, and he's been so sound. I mean, that we've seen that play be a touchdown so many times, not against Jason X squad with this senior pre-med 4.0 captain.
2nd down and 7. Fakes the toss again. Gabriel steps up, throws too high for Ferguson near that front pylon, and now it's 3rd and 7. Oregon just over 50% on 3rd down. I mean, look at this. Dillon Gabriel got 360 passing yards, and this is batted at the line of scrimmage. They are not blowing this play dead, and now the referee Jim Wary does an incomplete pass.
On the field,
it's 4th down. Sam Brown.
4th down.
They're 0 for 2 on 4th down today. And movement up front. Dallas off the lava, jumped on the clap.
That's
offside. Defense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
They snap it. Gabriel. Ted Johnson. First down. Touchdown. Oregon. A clutch time conversion. TLDR. Touchdown. Extra point good. Lane over the middle to Hamper for a healthy gain on 1st down. Matt Irwin has come into the game from off the 2 deep to make that tackle. Trying to find solutions maybe again. Jeffrey Bassa banged up in the first half. We have not seen him since early in the game. The star linebacker, the middle linebacker. Lane breaks the pocket, and he gets clipped by Teote. Cummings on 3rd down, and he's got the first. A conversion, a pickup of 5 yards. Lane, back shoulder, Dwyer drops it. Oh, he can't believe it.
I can't believe it wasn't an OPI either.
Pressure, and Mateo Uyunglele gets home. Pressure again, ball comes out. Idaho recovers it. The recovery's around the spot of where Lane got hit, so either way, it's going to be 4th down and forever. Under pressure from Kyle Casper. He hits a spiral out to Tez Johnson, who's going to try and return it. Flag comes down. Another flag. And now Johnson gets twisted across the 35. 43 yards on that punt. We'll check these penalties.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 14. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Oregon.
Here's Noah Whittington. And that's right. Idaho won on first down. Keyshawn James Newbies had a great game. Idaho just used a timeout. Now second down. Here's Tez Johnson. He fumbles it and goes out of bounds. Abraham Williams came over. And that's great news. Tez Johnson in motion. Gabriel. He throws, and it's incomplete. And the clock stops at 2:14. And now it's 4th and 7. Ross James on to punt to Jordan Dwyer. And Dwyer's not going to be able to do anything with this. Great punt by James, who rolls it all the way down to the 13-yard line.
On that front.
Jack Lane, and it's dropped by Dwyer. This is their go-to
Timeout
receiver.
on the field.
And he throws. And it's to Mark Hamper's back. He was not looking. Maybe some miscommunication there. And now it's 3rd and 10. There's Lane. Wagner. Pressure again. Wagner is picked off by Nico Reed. He was trying to get it to Dwyer. And Reed made an acrobatic
interception. First down,
interception.
And legit expectations. They still have one of the best rosters in America, much like Ohio State, which, oh, by the way, was 17-3 at halftime. You have got to bring it every single snap. I think this is a great opportunity for this team to take a jump
In the camp tour. He said yesterday he thinks Dan Lanning's the most talented coach he's ever been around. So he's going to get tested now, right? This is a moment for him and his team. But they got to win. They got to win. They're 1-0.
And I love the mutual respect right there. Dan Lanning, he's come up through the coaching ranks. Jason Eck, his team did not flinch. I'll tell you what, Jason Eck should be on the radar of a lot of people, as he should be.
That's the end of the game.
Great job for him and his team as a head coach. No, they didn't get the win, but hopefully they came out healthy with their quarterback. I know they came out confident after this game. And for the Ducks, look, it's hard to get a win. You got to celebrate it. And then they move on to the very next one, and that is going to be how this season will go for one of the favorites to not just win the new look Big Ten, but to go to the CFP and have a shot for the whole thing.